when you don't live somewhere and you have like this thought in your mind that it's always sunny there and like
it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Wink. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I am Maskless.
Oh, you're Maskless. And this is Frank. He's doing good. As you can see, I have a little bit of a shawl on. It's not because it's the Modesty podcast. It's because I'm a little chilly.
Right. And you're chilly because it's still winter.
It is.
We have 10 more days.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then it's spring.
10 more days. And then magically, the
weather's already nice.
Yeah.
We started working on a van build for you guys. Hopefully that is up soon. I don't see why it won't be, unless our aggravation of it makes it end quickly. But besides that, it should be coming to a theater near you soon.
Okay.
So why are you maskless?
I'm maskless because I'm vaccinated.
Vaccination.
Okay, so I'm vaccinated. And for people wondering, like I was wondering what that would feel like for me, it felt perfectly fine.
Now, was this the first dose or the second dose?
Second dose.
So you're fully vaccinated.
Of Moderna. And
do you feel like maybe you had any microchip inserted into you?
I do not feel microchipped.
Okay.
Feel absolutely, totally the same as I've always felt. First dose, which was a month ago, I had some arm pain, and that's really it. And then my second dose, people were warning that the second dose is really painful and everything. For me, for whatever reason, I didn't have any side effects.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
It is good. Okay. And I am so very, very thankful to God that I was able to get it.
Yeah.
And that my family's able to get it.
Yep.
And I really did say a prayer of thanksgiving after the final one. Because of that, I lost my train of thought. So I got vaccinated for myself and I got vaccinated for other people in the whole entire country. I know what I was going to say now. It is 10 more days till spring.
Yes.
We're coming out of the winter.
Out of the winter. I
have been vaccinated. Now, this time last year, I was in Florida. Were you there or had you already left?
I was still there.
You were still there too.
I was still there.
We were in Florida. Right. Where were you when the world fell apart last year?
Because I was in Florida.
I meant the people in the comments. At this time last year, I was seeing a lot of things on Instagram.
Because I was talking to someone about this. Do you remember this time when all of America was for sure? We were like, the virus isn't going to come over here.
Of course.
Like now it seems so silly.
I know.
It's like, what would stop it? We literally thought there was an imaginary wall.
Right.
It was like, okay, well that's China and Europe's problem.
Right.
It's not going to get to America.
Yeah.
So, little did we know.
March 10th of 2020, I was really a little confused about what was going on.
Yep.
We were visiting Avalon, who everybody met at my birthday party. Check out that podcast. We're visiting Avalon in college in Florida, and I was so torn whether to bring her home with us. I didn't know what to do.
What'd you end up doing?
I ended up bringing her home.
You made the right call.
Contacted a family member who's a respiratory therapist, and they said, bring her back.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I probably knew it one time.
I didn't know what to do because she didn't want to come, and no one thought it was serious.
But he thought it was serious?
He was like, you're going to want to bring her back. So I brought her
Trust
back.
your local respiratory therapists.
Yeah.
And
then,
all medical professionals.
By Friday the 13th, I was crying about it. Not about bringing her back, but about just the chaos.
I don't think you stopped crying until about, 2 months ago?
Right. But I'm still super careful. Still washing my hands. When I go out, I wear a mask.
Yeah, I don't want to lose this face shield even after all of this. I feel like, it's a nice prison vibe. Like,
you always say that.
Well, because, it adds, when you're sitting at a table, right? Like,
people know we have it.
If you don't line that up perfectly now, because I can't see that far. I don't have my glasses
It
on.
looks lined up to me.
All right. Yeah, because like when you're sitting at a table,
I think.
you're both there together.
Yeah.
But with this glass, it's sort of like, you've been in
like
prison,
it.
and I come
like
over,
it.
and then you've thought of some things while doing hard time.
I like it.
I think we should just keep add more, add bars, add like a telephone.
Background noises.
Yeah, just a correctional officer behind you.
Dress him up.
Oh, we have a correctional officer right here.
Dress him up. This lovely, it's like an infinity scarf. You can also wear it as a hat. You can wear it as anything you want. Was made for me by my friend Amanda.
You have a lot of friends.
Got a lot of friends. So, winter is still here. We have to endure it for 10 more days.
In Pennsylvania, I don't know about the rest of the country. This week is beautiful. It's 60s and 70s. But so I don't know what she keeps saying about winter.
even with that said, that is the topic of today.
Winter.
As
we're going out of winter?
Yeah, why not?
I like it.
Bid it fair adieu.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I haven't said that about one of your topics in a while, so take this as a compliment. Because I feel like, and I was having this revelation today, not really about this, but today was the first day of what's going to be many of a very nice day coming out of very cold, brutal winter. And you get these feelings. I don't know if it's serotonin or it's somewhere beneath the sternum, a little bit to the left in your heart. But no, you like there's this, and it's like you know what is it, the best way I can describe it to you guys? It's like the opposite of anxiety. Oh. Do you know what anxiety is? It's like I just have this feeling. It's that, but good.
It's like a relief.
No, it's more like a relief. Is more like
it's like a euphoria.
It's a slight euphoria, like literally just like.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like a blooming flower.
Yeah. Do you know anxiety when it's like, like you feel like there's something to stress about, but you don't know what, and you can't put your finger on it, and it's like,
oh right,
you can start attributing
a sense of foreboding.
Yeah, sense of foreboding. It's the exact opposite. I was having it, and I was like, you get that smell of the
absolutely
spring air.
Yeah,
you feel the sun, and then you just get this good anxiety. I'm sure there's a word for it.
Yeah, I know.
I wish if you guys know the word for good anxiety, but. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is that's the transition.
Okay.
But I think we always compare the seasons to life.
Right.
And how it's not always going to be summer times in your spiritual journey, in your physical journey.
Right.
But in the winter, guess what's going to come soon?
Spring.
Flowers.
Spring.
Sunlight. Walks in the park.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's easy to know the seasons happen every year. I mean, sometimes it's not. Sometimes we're in the snow. It's like this will never end. But
I know.
You sort of know this too will pass. But not always in our lives and in our spiritual growth do we understand that. And
right.
Yeah, we are like, this is it. My life sucks. I hate everything. It's snowing in my spiritual mind. And then you're like, this is all life is. But, you just wait. The flowers will bloom.
Yes.
Would you like to further elaborate on that thought?
Sure.
So I feel like I didn't really say much.
You did.
I kept it very general, I mean.
Oh. Well, I just know that, when people say it's a nice day, they're saying that it's sunny, not that it's raining. But it can be a nice rainy day.
It can.
Well, same thing. People always look forward to spring. And they always dread, I'm making sweeping generalizations here, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They dread winter. And as we leave winter, we look back over our shoulder at winter. I just wanted to know if we should just think about it for a little bit and in a positive fashion.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the other. I feel like it sounds like I'm making, these are compulsive liars. Like, when I hear myself, I'm like, am I a compulsive liar? And I'm like, no, this really happened.
Yeah.
That's what I was, because usually it's like I give you a general thing of what I was thinking. Like, then I remember I had an actual thought.
Uh-huh.
So as I was walking in the park, I had this exact thought. So hear me out. I was like, oh my God, this weather's so nice. Like, I feel happy. I feel like I can just take on the world. And then I thought about my sister, Avalon. You met her. who goes to school in Florida.
Right.
All year round, it'll be like it is today.
Right.
And I thought, I'm like, would I like it just to be there better? And then I said, no. I really think I value the nice weather here more going through the cold.
Sure.
And what's it called? I mean, like, I don't really have much more to go off of on that, but it's that sort of, you don't know, what is it? You don't know
darkness
if you don't have light.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, you don't know light.
Anything.
How does, what was the 50 Cent? What does it go? Ain't no sun. It's many men.
I don't know.
Many men. And he's like, death gotta be easy because life is hard. No, it's the line before that. It's, if it wasn't for rain, joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain.
Okay.
Joy wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't for pain. And what is that?
Joy and pain.
What is that magic word
Sunshine
that makes you think of?
And rain.
You love to go do song after I do song.
You remind me.
In my editing, I can't do multiple songs.
You remind me.
But, okay, so you can't have joy.
You remind me of a girl that I once knew. What? Tell me.
Joy, you don't feel joy if you don't have pain.
Contrast.
We have a word that I said I want to use on every podcast.
Balance. Yin yang. Pisces.
Balance.
Definitely. And for the people who live in warm climates like Florida or the Middle East or anywhere else that the winter isn't going to be snow plows and hailstorms, every place does have a winter. Like there are growing seasons, there are rainy seasons, there are, dry. Any kind of change of any place is going to have like an optimal season and then this other kind of season. So it doesn't have to be, sometimes we're literal and sometimes we're figurative. So it doesn't have to be snow, but there even, take the Caribbean, for instance, which doesn't have winter snow, but they do have darkness and they have, it gets darker there earlier than it gets here, which is weird. When you don't live somewhere and you have like this thought in your mind that it's always sunny there and like
it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Wink.
In our summer nights, we have the sun until 9 o'clock at night. And when you go to the Caribbean and the sun is setting at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you're like, wait, it's supposed to be a summer night. It's like, no, this is, anyway.
Where is it? Is it Antarctica? Where is it? Like there's a part of the year where it never gets dark. Iceland?
I know. I think in Alaska that happens. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. The land of the midnight sun. And in their growing season, the vegetables can get really, really big because so much sun. But so yeah, we're talking about any kind of winter. Now, when I said to find something positive out of it, or if you're just going to have winter periods in your life, I feel they're the times. Okay, so we were forced in a cold winter and it was snowed in. Yeah. You're forced to bring down the energy and, we're forced inside.
Yes.
So I'm thinking spiritually of the times when it's not an active, let me be Paul and go spread the word and knock on doors. Is it like a winter of your spirituality?
I was thinking about that today. I actually was.
I want you to highlight all the time you say that in this podcast.
I'm not lying. I really thought.
No, guess what? You know why? Because of the Holy Spirit. Because the Holy Spirit. Because you literally before the show, you were like, I'm turning the lights on. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to say. And then I said, but I don't care because the Holy Spirit will do it. And so obviously that's what's happening.
So today it was beautiful, like I said. And I was out. I was having that euphoric feeling. I went to the gym with some friends and we went out to eat afterwards. Then I went on a walk with a different friend. Long story short, I spent the day out with people and stuff. And then I was thinking, I'm like, whoa, I am not spending and I can't, how do I put this? I was like, in the winter, it was easy to be very focused, spiritual, business minded and stuff. And it's like when you get into these summer months, it turns into, it's more fun and joyous and stuff. But I don't think either of those things are wrong.
No.
I think actually it's good. you're meant to use the winters.
Right.
Because, I'm saying a lot, and that's one of the things I don't want to say.
Okay.
Hold me to that, guys. If I say again, I'll give a lucky subscriber $1. What was I saying? Oh,
I don't think it's bad.
I thought about it with the gym years ago, and it translates to what I'm saying now. I hate the winter. It's dark. It makes me all depressed. I'm like, I don't like it. But there was a year where I started going crazy. I worked out like in 5 a.m. in the freezing cold, and I was doing all of these things in the winter when I had nothing else going on. And then in the summer, I dialed back, and at first I was hard on myself, and I was like, I'm not doing as much. I'm not getting out as much. But then I thought about it, and I said, no, I am doing good. Like, a lot of what I was doing was to keep me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm getting natural happiness.
Right.
And I was like, and the thing about it is, it was one of these shoot for the moon, and shoot for the stars and you'll land on the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I'm getting at is, I added 8 different things that I was doing that were productive. And then when that sheds down, you have 4 of them to fall back on that become a habit. And so it's the same thing with spirituality or whatever. It's like, if you use these times of introspection and reflection,
right?
Hear me now. And then when you do get out and about and you're hanging out with friends, you might, you're not doing everything you were doing. But if you're doing some of those things that hold through that, you're always on the up and up.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And in winter, I think you see more opportunities to be charitable, like even to the birds. You'll think, I heard a story about Saint Francis, who was really known to be a lover of animals, and in the winter he would put out honey or wine for the bees because he didn't want them to. I don't know where this was, because our bees would be dead in the winter. But
do they die or do they hibernate?
I don't know. But or even if you see people who are
what did you just say?
Oh, I didn't say I wouldn't say it.
We should actually get a jar.
Get out of here.
And you have to. I mean, you don't have to bring like $100.
Why did you offer them $1? You should have offered them a sticker or something.
Well, that was for us. I forgot I even offered them $1.
Yeah.
I'm dropping it down to a sticker.
Yeah, come on now.
Start next episode, by the way.
Anyway, during the winter, you see people that are unhoused, and then you all of a sudden you think, wait, let me share a blanket, or let me share a meal. But anyway, let's talk about it spiritually, because if we talk about it too much in temperature, we have fans in all parts of the country, in the South and other countries in the Caribbean. So it won't translate as much. But
yeah, we were just laying down a foundation. That was physical.
A thought, because it's so easy with images, and if you see like a frozen tundra, if you see leaves without trees, if you see trees without leaves, if you it's just so symbolic of like, the clock has slowed
barren,
down.
And cold.
They even call old age is like the winter of life. You get snow on the rooftop. White hair.
We both have snow on the rooftop right now.
Yeah.
We're both wearing white hats.
I see.
Okay.
Mount Everest. So even I tried to print out Bible verses as usual, because I can't remember stuff. And there's something that Jesus said to somebody, and it was
somebody said something to somebody.
Jesus,
and it applies right here.
Yeah, it says it's in Mark and Matthew. Jesus was talking, may your flight not be in the winter. And it was, you know what? It was when Jesus was talking to his apostles, and he was saying, they're going to come for you, type thing. And I don't take it as saying, may they not come and get you in February.
Yeah.
But I just find that, not negatively, but I feel like the winter season that you're in is like low energy.
Yeah.
And then the opposite, summer. So fall and spring are just like blending seasons.
Yeah.
But so wherever you live, that season of low energy and introspection, and then higher energy and
Yeah. No, definitely. It's not obviously a physical for like, I talk about the physicals because for me, it sort of usually it correlates. But you get in these periods, even spiritually, to the point where it's like, I feel like my prayers aren't being heard. But and all these things where nothing's happening to you. Same way in winter, you're like, I feel like it's freezing out. There's warmth still there. Otherwise,
I still haven't worn gloves. So I'm going to, and no judgment.
No judgment.
Okay. I'm going to give up my gloves.
Oh, nice. So you don't have to anymore.
Just for
it's nice out.
Yeah. Well, up to when I took the trash out.
I think this was one of those false winters.
2 days ago, it was very cold to touch the trash cans without gloves. Just letting everybody know my Lenten thing is still going.
Why do you keep saying Lenten? What is this?
That's a word.
I know it's a word, but like...
It's an adjective. My Lenten sacrifice. What do you want me to say? My Lent?
Lent?
But how...
You are just the only time I've heard Lenten.
Okay. How would I say, just to let everybody know, my
Lent.
My Lent...
What I gave up for Lent. I'd add a few more words there.
Yeah, well, you're going to forget what you were going to say.
I have forgot it already. I mean, it could have been anything, really, at this point. I can try to make up a new thought. So I was saying... I even forget what the topic is. Winter. So, yeah, spiritual, where you don't feel like your prayers are being answered. It's the same as an actual winter where you don't feel like the sun's there. Right. But in reality, even if it's 0 degrees, that means the sun's warming up the earth a lot.
Right.
Like true 0 is like negative, 400 degrees or something, like in space. I don't know. But, so with that being said, you might be low energy. You can't do as much spiritual inward looking. You feel like your prayers aren't being answered, and it's a harder time to keep faith.
Yeah.
But I kind of think it's a little opposite. You know, where I said in the winter for me, I hunker down and I do stuff. But actually, no, it's not the opposite. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this. Whether it be in the spiritual, no, let's say it's a spiritual winter, it's just low energy and stuff. That is where you want to do your reflection. If you are interested in reading the Bible, just read a page and it's like go through the motions with prayer and stuff. You know what I'm gonna compare it to? Plant some seeds.
Okay. Plant
some seeds in winter, and then when the blossoms open and the birds start chirping, you have all of those seeds that you planted to really celebrate. You know, because everyone has prayed here, and I'm sure everyone had some sort of prayer be answered. Mm-hmm. How long did some of them take?
A long time.
Yeah. You know, but it's like it's you just keep doing it, and you might feel like if you're in and my prayers aren't getting answered, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But if you keep chugging along, spiritual summer is coming right around the corner.
Yes, there is. It just teaches you patience.
Yeah.
Again, it's telling you to rest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
hibernate.
Yeah, hibernate these. So, you know, you always want to be looking forward. So, you know, as you're going towards winter, you want to prepare yourself to make it through the winter, to sustain yourself when everything won't be available to you, and you want to rest. And not be upset that you have to rest, or that, you know. You
think the bear is upset that he has to rest?
Right.
Is that a good analogy?
Yeah, of course. But people here are like, oh, I have cabin fever and I have to get out and I have to go. And the winter is powerful. And God is powerful. And so, you know, always fighting against the tide, you know, is proving what?
Yeah.
You know?
No, the winter is good. It's like a recharge. Imagine if it was just always nice. I'm saying both mentally and physically.
Right.
You know, I would be on the beach with my hand on my head. I'd be like, spirituality, who? I wouldn't really, because that's saying if you live in the Caribbean, then you're doing that. But I'm just saying in general.
No, you said spiritually too. Yeah.
In general, like I feel like going through the motions of the spiritual winters and summers is, once again, I mean, it's a balance. If we lived in a world where you were in a spiritual summer all the time and everything was happy, no one ever was mean to you, things always went your way, then what kind of balanced life would that be? Once again, we live in a giver society. Everyone go read and watch The Giver. I still feel like all of our subscribers have not read and watched The Giver, including you.
I will.
But, yeah, so I mean, like, all of the emotions are important in different ways. It's just good to identify.
Right.
Because one of the worst things that can happen, and I think about this all the time for mental health, is not identifying where you're at. And you can imagine how you would feel about a day if it was freezing cold and you were like, it's supposed to be summer. You would say, this is awful.
Right.
Much worse. How does a 50-degree day feel like in July 22nd?
Cold.
It feels freezing. How does it feel like in the winter? It feels super warm.
So welcomed.
And so the important thing, and a cold day is easily recognizable in February. It's important to know where you're at. Mm-hmm. And that way you can tell yourself, okay, things may feel like they're pretty cold spiritually and mentally,
right.
But I'm in a winter.
Right.
This too shall pass. Everyone says that. They get it tattooed on them all crazy. Like, yeah. This too shall pass. They get it tattooed for a reason. Mm-hmm. It's an important thing to remember. Right. Anything that happens is this too shall pass. Yeah. And it shouldn't be, I should have never been here. It's use it all.
Of course.
You
want to experience, like, a lot of people use substances to feel certain ways, to feel differently.
She's talking to you, Frank.
To feel differently than normal, But then you're upset if you feel cold. I myself, I'm including myself in this. Have you ever heard of Wim Hof?
No, please tell me about him.
Wim Hof is a man.
He needs to be our first guest. Oh, wait, we just had our first guest.
Oh, yeah.
Our first celeb guest.
WIMHOF. He is all about basically cold water, but I've seen him in the snow. And just shocking your body.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, waking yourself up.
Yeah.
So a constant ambient temperature, with a controlled breeze in the right amount of layered clothing, it's fine, but we were already born out of the womb. Yeah. So we don't need those conditions anymore. So
and just that constant state of anything.
Right.
It really is a lack of what's the word? When something's just too the same. You don't have
monotony.
You don't have enough of both sides.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Do you?
It's not balanced.
Yes, it is. Yes. It's not balanced.
Right. So what I'm saying is, you can get different shocking or suppressive or energetic or different feelings from things that you don't just have to like crack a bottle, take a puff.
Crack a bottle, let your body waddle.
So crack a bottle, let your body waddle.
But welcome changes, season for everything.
Yes.
And even if the change is, oh, it's so dark, or it's so cold, or it's so dry, or it's so wet.
Yeah.
You can use it to your advantage, and learn something from it. And even discomfort can push you into places that you can learn new things there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And let it be a learning lesson every time, like physical winter or mental winter.
Yeah.
If I moved to America from a warm climate and the first winter came and I wasn't adequately prepared, it would be a tough winter.
Right.
And then in the next summer, I would then go and buy some jackets and stuff.
Right.
Knowing that I'm not always in a summer climate.
Right.
And I'm sure somehow that can translate spiritually.
Of course. Prepare yourself. And there's always something available to do that.
Expect the best, but prepare for the worst.
Right. Yeah, this is, I don't know if you wanted to look at it. It's just some winter things.
I feel like this is going to be like that one where, what was that? I forget.
When we looked at this.
While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, summer and winter, and day.
Oh, you know what? That was on my Instagram. Oh my gosh, you know what's so funny? That what you just read, but you didn't read
the one where I mumbled?
Very well.
Should I read it loud?
Yeah, read it nice.
While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
That Bible verse,
yes.
and I didn't know that's the one you were going to read, is the first post that I posted in the pandemic.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was probably, it might have been like a week in from the lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was so upset and scared. And so go to my Instagram, Verona, which is connected to Croak and Crow. And I have it it was a story. So it's in my highlights of COVID-19. And I put that because I was telling myself, I don't know because when you look back now, it's like, oh, I'll be vaccinated in 1 year.
Yeah.
We didn't know that. And, but I was telling myself, it's a season.
Yeah.
And the world is going on and God is in charge of us. And I actually posted that at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, no, I kind of like it a little more than this too shall pass. Because with this too shall pass, it does make it a sort of connotation of this will be over soon. But when you think of it as seasons, as this balance, where it's like you're in this cycle, it's a more comforting feeling that you're not at the wrong place. You're just at one of the places.
Right.
And it's always changing. The world is always spinning. The sun will always come up, but it'll also go down.
Right.
And you're okay with that. Every night the sun goes down. Would I like it to be in the sky? Yeah, but I don't cry over it. I don't cry over the sun being down because I'm like, I'm going to enjoy the night. I'm going to go and party. And then in the morning, I'm going to go to church.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like winter is a good topic. We could talk about it for days.
How about 10 days? We have 10 more days of winter.
Oh, yeah. But that's our Monday podcast. Or Wednesday. Oh.
I was going to say, how could it be Monday?
Wednesday podcast. One word Wednesday. We didn't mention that, but that's one word. Winter was our word for one word Wednesday.
Try again.
Winter was our word for one word Wednesday. But we'll be back tomorrow with Walk Through Thursday, our fourth installment of the 23rd Psalm. So you're going to want to check that out. And until then, watch the meme review. I don't know. Follow our Instagram, like, subscribe, and tell your mama's best friend about us. Peace.